Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. You guys already saw the title and the thumbnail probably. I am getting delivery of a very special bike that he is going to introduce to you guys.
What's up, guys? I'm Jose, PR and marketing coordinator for Agusta, North America. What we have today is the Brutale 1000 RS. So, what that means, it's the base model of the Brutale 1000. But don't let that steer you away, because we have the same chassis, same motor, same power, and most of the same components as even the top level Brutale. What we don't have on this one, which is a little bit different, is none of the carbon fiber, and we don't have the Olin suspension. That might steer some people away, but if you're looking to get onto 208 horsepower and still have super Corsas and still have one of the most powerful hyper nakeds on the market, this is the bike to go for.
All right, that's it. If you guys want NMV or want to know more about them, I will link his Instagram, so just hit him up on his Instagram and or that pretty much. Yeah, so yeah, hit him up. He's the MV guy, and honestly, like, I wanted an MV when I met him because I've always thought they were cool, but like I've heard of like a lot of things about them, and I was like, I don't know, like if I want to get into that niche. But since I know him now, I have more of a chance to ride these cool, unique bikes. Thank you, by the way. And also, I do want an F4 at some point, so he should hook me up at some point, and I definitely want to add an F4 to my collection, or maybe like a Brutale, or like one of the more unique ones.
There might be a new 1000cc bike.
Okay, then that's
maybe hold your breath on that one.
That's more my style, but we'll see. But yeah, for this video, pretty much, you guys really liked the Nürburgring edition one, which is pretty much the bougie, really pretty version of this. With
the Nürburgring is the most exclusive model at only 150 examples worldwide, and it's the highest MSRP Brutale of this generation so far as well, and the highest horsepower one too.
Yeah, so this is pretty much the base version of that bike, but I'm gonna have this bike for a little bit, and so yeah, we'll be riding it, and I'll see how it's like to actually like have a naked bike for a little bit instead of just kind of riding one for like a day or so.
Also, I did forget one key difference between the RS and the rest of them is the RS has handlebars that are about 3 inches taller, a little bit more of an upright, true naked position, where the other Brutale is a naked, but it's got more of a sport riding position. This does bring it up, and it
got it.
Completely different seat pan that is about twice the thickness as maybe you remember. The other one was
yeah, I saw the seat right away. I was like, this looks comfy just by looking at it.
The other one looks really sexy.
Yeah.
This one you can spend a lot more miles on. It's another key difference between this and the rest of them.
All right, well then we're gonna get this ride started. I'm just gonna take it for a rip around, just kind of like a proper review, because this one is broken in, so I can properly ride it, unlike the Nürburgring edition one, which had like no miles, so I was like babying it. And believe it or not, this is how the stock exhaust looks. I had to ask. I know MV has like cool stock exhaust, but I still had to ask because this looks crazy for a stock exhaust. But yeah, I'm excited to ride this and just see how it is to have, because I'm gonna have it for a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. $1,100 miles on it. It still has is it the same dash as the Nürburgring?
Yeah.
Nice, because I really like the dash on that bike.
Yeah, that's what's cool. If all these like beautiful machine parts are retained on the base model, like this is really pretty. So this is also building the Nürburgring, like this is carbon fiber versus
Yeah.
And then the mirrors too. The RS has different mirrors because the other mirrors didn't really work out with the bar position, so they just went upright with them.
Okay.
But yeah, like I know you already said, but this is 100% stock.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for 100% stock.
I really like this heavy flake silver.
Yeah, it's a very unique color.
Yeah, it's like heavy enough to be kind of different.
Yeah, super sparkly. It's cool. All right, I'm gonna get this ride going. Anything else you need from me?
That's it, dude. Have fun.
All right, will do. Thank you so much again. See ya. All right, so this is literally gonna be pretty much a proper first ride for this bike, because when I rode the Nürburgring edition, that bike was very like much brand new, and you know, it's like a super rare limited one, so like I had to be very like careful and all that with it. So yeah, this one is actually broken in and all. So let's go through some of the settings. I probably should ask him to go through the settings, but let's see. Traction control, okay. We can, how far does it go? 4, 5, 6. Oh, 6 is max. And 0. Let's keep it at 1. Inertial, that's what that says, I think. I don't know, I can't read anymore. ABS, interesting. So I can't change that. Front lift control, 0, 1. Oh, it's either 0 or 1. So there's either wheelie control or no wheelie control. Trip. Okay, very to the point. I like it. Let's get out of here and start riding it. The only thing is that I'm pretty sure it's regular shifting, so that's gonna confuse me. Yep. Alright, this bike is fast. Woo, this thing is like really torquey. And it's really light too. Yeah, this bike has a lot of torque. I mean, 208 horsepower in such a like small bike. I'm not really sure how much it weighs, but it feels light. It could be also like the more upright position. That's why it feels like more nimble and all. Actually, it doesn't sound bad for a stock bike. Like, it has a sound to it, you know what I mean? It's not, it doesn't sound like nothing, because a lot of stock bikes literally sound like absolutely nothing. Alright, this thing pulls. Like, I'm not even trying to go fast and it just wants to go. Yeah, the torque on this thing is pretty crazy. It's kind of weird sitting like so upright. I'm so not used to it. There's these little pops. You hear the pops? No wonder the Nürburgring pops like crazy, because that thing has a full titanium system. If the bike pops like bone stock, so I'm pretty sure that crazy titanium full exhaust pops way louder. Right, yeah, it doesn't sound bad at all. It sounds like pretty exotic, which I really like. The the shift shifter, the quick shifter definitely, or the auto blipper definitely resembles more of a, like it's more of like a racy feel, you know what I mean? It's a little like aggressive on the downshifts. Yeah, kind of like it almost wants to downshift only in like higher RPMs. When I'm downshifting like to a stop like I did right now, it feels a little bit like jerky, but that's like similar to my M1000 when that bike gets tuned, because that bike is almost like it wants to go. And bro, the crazy thing about this bike is that this has more horsepower than the S1000, and I think even the M1000, because I'm pretty sure the S and the M1000 both make 205 horsepower. This bike makes 208, so that's pretty crazy. Brakes are pretty good for stock brakes. Woo! That's a lot of torque. When you're in the power band in first gear, like, this feels fast. Oh, okay, I need to slow down. It did not feel like I was going that fast. Yeah, that bike has a lot of torque. I'm not really sure what the torque numbers are, but it's so torquey. Like, when it's in the power band, I haven't even like opened her up properly yet. And keep in mind, this is pretty much a bone stock bike. the throttle response is pretty aggressive. It's fun. Like, look, even second gear, it's still like, you feel like kick in, which is pretty nice. That's usually something like you don't get on a stock bike. That feeling you get on a naked bike because of all the wind hitting you feels so weird. I would say one thing, the handlebars vibrate a little bit too much. Like, I feel the vibrations a lot in my hands, especially when I give it like gas. It like starts vibrating more and more. I like the shifts of this bike. It feels like pretty aggressive, like when you're shifting. Even like the upshifts, they feel like it's a very crisp click, you know? The thing about this bike, I know how crazy it can sound with an exhaust. Whoa. Whoa, the train radius is crazy in comparison to like your regular like Super Sport. Bike feels really good like in these turns. Obviously it's not designed for like higher speeds, it's a naked bike, but as you guys saw, it has the power to go these higher speeds. Like, I'm not even like, you know, really pushing the bike, because again, it's not like my personal bike. I was pretty much just got this bike to like have it for a few days or something like that, and just like ride it and review it and see how I like it. But I like how like you can throw it around so easily. Like, it's so flippable, and I'm pretty sure it's just like the more upright, like the higher bar position and all that. But mileage 1111. Yeah, I can see why like naked bikes, especially like if you have a cooler naked bike, like for example if you have the Rush or the Nürburgring, where they sound crazy, they feel crazy fast, because this is like really fast, especially for a naked bike. I mean, like, it's literally like you can compare it to like some of the leader bikes. I mean, like the Super Sports, it technically is a leader bike, but I meant like the Super Sport because of how like fast and how much power it has. It doesn't like leave you hanging or like needing more, you know what I mean? Like, it has so much power, like more than enough for the street, and it feels really great. Like, I took it on these like little twisties here and there, and this bike feels amazing. The turn radius is great. That's like always nice for U-turns and parking. And I see it again, not bad for a stock sounding bike. The thing with me is with why I haven't like gotten a naked bike yet is I really like the aesthetics of Super Sports. Like, they look amazing. I like that kind of like more tucked position with the fairings. Like, you know, I personally don't like riding for the comfort, you know what I mean? If I wanted to be comfortable, I always said like, I'll just be in a car in AC and just relax. I ride for like the rush and for the like feel, you know? And this bike definitely gives you that feel. That's why I'm kind of like getting more and more into the naked bikes, because more naked bikes are becoming like nicer and give you more of that like raw aggressive feel, similar to Super Sports. But yet I still think, even though like some of these bikes look absolutely amazing, I still think like some of the Super Sports with all the fairings still look just better, like visually, you know what I mean? And I'm definitely like really into that part. And another thing I'm really into is the sound, like the look, the sound. Like if a bike has those two things, I'm all about it. Like for example, the Aprilia that I have, the RZ4 factory, I think it got the sound all day, but the look of it is like a little bit lacking in comparison to, like for example, the V4s and other stuff like that. MV is one of those brands that I think has both. I just think they need to like come up with a new full fairing F4 that is revised with like pretty much newer technology. Like this dash is amazing, something like this with, you know, fairings, power, then and you know the MVs sound amazing, so they're gonna have the sound and the look, and at that point it'll be game over and I'll be getting one of those for sure. Bro, like 4th gear easily rolling down on the throttle, and like you feel the power like that. This bike just pulls. Also for a base model, that, what are you doing? For a base model, this bike definitely has a lot to offer. As you guys can see, since it's a naked bike, but the bike has no problem getting to those speeds. Like I only full pinned it for a little bit and the bike started to come up a little bit. So yeah, the bike is super capable and super powerful, and the fact that it's like it feels this lightweight at like these speeds is absolutely crazy. Really nice and crisp shifts, and these pops, like come on a stock bike. That's why I'm like super excited, because I'm like, if this bike has an exhaust, it would sound so good. Bro, this bike handle is so nice. Yeah, it's definitely like a very fun bike to ride. I can't talk, man. I just woke up today and I was like, yeah, let's ride this MV. But yeah, it's a lot of bike, to be honest. Like, and I can't believe this is a base model. I mean, that's the thing about MV. They're like such a unique kind of like brand, and they're so high end that even their base models are like feel amazing. And I'm still blown away by how much horsepower this bike has. Like, I kid you not, I would compare this to the H2. I don't think the V4 Street Fighter, which is another naked that I rode, I don't think the Street Fighter gave me as much of like an aggressive feel. It felt very tame. Like, you guys remember that I was like wheeling that bike and just kind of throwing it around because it was like too easy, you know, too boring almost. But this definitely gives you that kind of like feel of, I don't know, it's like, it's raw, it's aggressive, but at the same time it's comfortable. So like, it's pretty nice. Yeah, like I would definitely compare the power to like the ZH2 that I rode. It just doesn't feel like restricted at all, and like it kind of like is crazy that this bike is like bone stock. Like, I kid you not, my BMWs, the M1000 and the S1000, felt slower because these bikes come so restricted. Like, they only felt fast, or like fast like they should be after getting those bikes tuned. But this bike, like out of the box, feels like amazing like this. I will be probably doing another like, come on, do you hear those shifts? I will be most likely doing another review on the Nürburgring when that bike is broken in, because imagine hearing this sound with a full titanium exhaust, just like the one you guys heard in that other video. If you haven't like seen my other video, you should check it out, because that bike was insane. Yeah, like that was such a unique bike, and I can't believe that was my first MV that I ever rode. And yeah, now I'm riding pretty much the base version of that bike. But imagine that bike like at 13,000 RPM, like that's gonna sound insane. I'm still so not used to the clutch. Bro, this bike is like, the torque is so addicting. It's just so torquey, and it sounds like so crisp. I'm so impressed. No wonder I like the sound of the Brutale or the Nürburgring edition of this bike so much, because like this bike sounds this good stock, so no wonder like with a full system it sounds like absolutely amazing. It just like yanks you, and those shifts are so like, I don't know, it just feels so racy, and I'm like so into it. The more I ride it, the more I'm liking it, to be honest. I know some of you guys are probably happy because of that, because, you know, I've had a lot of requests telling me to like pretty much get a naked bike and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm getting persuaded more and more. Like I've ridden like the Street Fighter, the ZH2, this, and now what else do we need to ride? We probably need to ride a big request that you guys always tell me is the KTM Super Duke. I believe that will be like a very fun bike to ride too. So hopefully I'll ride one of those at some point too. But yeah, you guys will probably be seeing more of this bike because I do have it for, I don't even know how long. He didn't give me like a time limit, but I have it for a few days at least, so. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe. And if you're an MV fan, enjoy. We got an MV for a few days now, and we'll definitely have some more MV content coming up to you guys very soon. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and ride safe.